We are back on this January 19th edition of Movie News Daily, talking about the weekend's box office numbers, taking a look at the upcoming Blu-ray releases for this week, and more. Let's dive into it. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Movies, where you can see all kind of movie and TV show content with me, JC, here for the January 19th edition of Movie News Daily, our Monday through Friday series here, where we try and bring you the movie news that we like to cover in the genres that we care about here, which mainly are the superhero, comedy, and horror genres. We'll be covering that here on the channel. We're bringing you Movie News Daily every day of the week, Monday through Friday here. So if that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button. Come hang out, talk some movies with us. If you're fans of those genres, fans of some of the topics that we cover today, we like to highlight the box office numbers on Mondays from over the weekend. We like to highlight the upcoming Blu-ray releases, so we'll do that on this episode. Usually that's what's coming on the Monday show, so we're going to get into all that. But before we do, just a quick reminder, if you are in here watching this, take a second, hit that thumbs up button. That'll help us out as well as you subscribe to the channel, because that'll help this video find more movie fans via that algorithm like you and me. With that out of the way, let's get into this episode. And we'll start with the box office numbers from the weekend, as Avatar: Fire and Ash remains in first place here after 5 weeks, now grossing over $360 million in just the US. I believe it's crossed over $1.3 billion now. Globally, so another billion-dollar movie for James Cameron. Don't know if this one's going to hit $2 billion like the prior, though. May come close, but still number one at the box office in the U.S. over the weekend. Number two, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Good opening there, $13 million over the weekend in the U.S. in their first weekend. Zootopia, now at number 3 in its 8th weekend. The Housemaid down to number 4 in its 5th week, and Marty Supreme rounding out the number 5 in its 5th week as well. 6th, you had Primate, who dropped from 2nd to 6th, but still brought in $5 million. Not too bad for a second weekend there in the horror genre. Lord of the Rings at 7, as they're re-releasing those. Greenland 2 at 8. Anaconda at 9 in its 4th week. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers at 10. So 2 of the Lord of the Rings trilogy there in the top 10 as the box office numbers from this past weekend. And then, of course, we got to talk this week's Blu-ray releases, as those come out on Tuesdays. So here's what you can look forward to this week. Wicked for Good, the Blu-ray and the 4K, the theatrical version, and a sing-along version coming out there. One Battle After Another out on 4K. They got the Blu-ray 2-pack with Wicked and the Wicked for Good together. Of course, another Blu-ray version of One Battle After Another. 4K of Roofman out. The 4K of that same combo version of the 2 Wicked movies. An Arrow video version of Snakes on a Plane in 4K. That's pretty sweet. End of Watch, 4K Steelbook. Springsteen, Blu-ray and 4K, both coming out. The Jeremy Allen White movie there. You got a Doctor Who complete season 2 of Tom Baker Doctor Who coming out on Blu-ray. Look here on the next page where they have Kurt Russell's Dark Blue out on Blu-ray this week. Screamboat out on 4K if you were into that. That's the David Howard Thornton as Mickey Mouse horror movie there. And I think that's, let's see, what else we got? Lucifer, complete series out on Blu-ray. Looks like a box set there if you were a fan of that show. But those are the Blu-ray releases that are coming up this week. If any of those interest you, got some big titles from this past year coming out with Wicked, One Battle After Another, some good stuff there maybe. If you're into collecting physical media, which we all need to, man, get that physical media. And then speaking of Blu-rays, feel like it was a good time to share this now, segue right into it, as Superman ranked as the 3rd best 2025 Blu-ray and DVD sale overall, and the 2nd most sold Blu-ray of the year. As we look at these charts here shared by Superman Saga News, this was the DVD plus Blu-ray combo from the full year, and you see Superman there at number 3. And then if we go top selling, just straight Blu-rays of 2025, number 2 was Superman, right behind Wicked. So we've been trying to highlight him here. All the achievements for Superman continue to pile up, and rightfully so. Absolutely loved it, man, and can't wait to see what the DCU holds moving forward. But more accolades for Superman. And speaking of, it looks like filming is underway on Man of Tomorrow, as James Gunn shared this picture on social media, entering the fortress, #Superman, and we see the picture here on screen. I'll share it there, that he showcased as we're getting ready for Man of Tomorrow. Supergirl coming out this year, then we'll have Man of Tomorrow the year after that. So DCU in full swing now, and James Gunn continues to give us sneak peeks, and here's a good one as Man of Tomorrow begins filming. And with that, of course, some news coming out in regards to Man of Tomorrow. Different cinematographer for Man of Tomorrow than was there for Superman, as Sam McCurdy will serve as cinematographer for Man of Tomorrow, discussing film, sharing this on social media here. I see a picture of Sam McCurdy there, and he previously worked on Game of Thrones, Shogun, just to name it two, and those have some good shots in them. So excited to see what he does. And like I said, just continuing to build the hype for Man of Tomorrow. We'll continue to cover news in the lead up to that release. And of course, all the DCU news we'll continue to cover here on JC's Movies. And just lastly, for shorter show today, not a ton of news, but Monday we really like to hit those box office numbers, those upcoming Blu-rays, and anything else we get is a nice little treat, because most of the time the news starts coming out Tuesday and beyond in the week, and that's why we bring you this Monday through Friday, and we'll be back tomorrow. But to wrap up here on January 19th, we got a release date for the Silent Night, Deadly Night 4K and Blu-ray, which super excited about that. If you guys saw my 2025 top films list, you may have seen it make an appearance in my top 5 there, one that I really enjoyed. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to check out my rankings from the end of the year last year. But Silent Night, Deadly Night will come down the chimney, according to Bloody Disgusting, on Blu-ray 4K and a 4K Steelbook on February 17th. So excited for this Mike P. Nelson remake to come out. I'm a huge fan of this one from the past year, and I'll definitely be trying to get my hands on that 4K Steelbook of Silent Night, Deadly Night that you see there on the screen. Actually, I believe that is a look at the Steelbook, which is pretty sweet there with the axe and the Christmas lights. I like the look of that. And this very likely would be the 4K regular and Blu-ray cover, I'm guessing, as well. So super excited. February 17th release date for the Silent Night, Deadly Night Blu-ray and 4K. And that will wrap us up for the Monday edition of Movie News Daily here on January 19th. Appreciate you guys checking this one out. Hit that subscribe button so you can get these into your feed all week long. Be back Monday through Friday, bringing you movie news every day here on JC's Movies, and hopefully get some more reviews out to you in the near future. Still want to watch The Rip. Haven't had a chance to yet, but of course, I'll keep you updated on projects that are coming out that I will be watching. Got my first 2026 review, Primate, already out on the channel. Got the out of theater reaction if you want to stay spoiler free, and then we got the spoiler review up if you watched it and want to check out my thoughts and share some of yours in the comments there. Appreciate that. Just like I'd appreciate you doing that here on this video. Anything that we talked about in today's edition of Movie News Daily, or any movie news you want to drop in the comment section. Always appreciate those interactions and enjoy talking movies with you guys, just like I appreciate you guys tuning into this video, and I will catch you on the next one.